Saw the release that we made a trade with the Oakland A's post-game. Actually, Stephen was claimed by the A's 2 days ago. We had 48 hours to work a deal out, which we did. We actually acquired a young shortstop who I actually saw myself when I was in seeing our South Bend club. He played in Burlington. Sean Jameson, Canadian kid who speed, power for the position, probably a ways away, but somebody that we think legitimate middle of the infield prospect, which is something that we lacked in our system. And with the uncertainty of knowing if we're even going to be able to bring Stephen back at the end of the season, and with the new CBA, there's not draft compensation. It was more than likely going to be a situation where they would have probably tested free agency, so we were only going to have his services probably for the next 6 weeks. But tremendous career that he's had here. It was 8 years with the Diamondbacks, 6 in the big leagues. Know him well. He was a guy that I strongly considered in '04 when I was with the Padres as the first pick. And 2 playoff runs here. Fan favorite. These are always difficult. They're tough. Not easy to make, but it's going to allow Gibby to get a better look at guys like Jake Elmore. Willie should be back off the DL on Friday, and of course we got Johnny Mack. So we've got a lot of middle infielders, and it's an opportunity to give a young guy like Elmore a chance to probably get more ABs. So I wish Stephen luck. When we talked to him, thanked him for everything he's done for this organization, this city. He's a great teammate, good guy. Off the field, never had any issues with him. It's unfortunate, the injury that he had last year, but there's no doubt in my mind that he'll make the A's a much better ball club. And I'm excited to get to see guys like Jake. And once Willie comes back, we were able to do it last year and get to the playoffs when Stephen was down. So hopefully that's the case again this year.
Did you come close to trading Drew to the A's at the deadline?
We had discussions with the A's at the deadline. At that time, Willie had the bad back. So the timing wasn't right at that point in time. We would have been very short-handed, so we ended up waiting, and we wanted to kind of get a better idea where he was at. He still hadn't had a lot of ABs under his belt yet, so we came close, but it didn't happen, and we were able to still work it out through trade waivers, after the deadline.
Was there any talk this year with Stephen or his reps about a restructuring of a deal?
No.
The last time you had any of those kind of talks?
No, we probably when we did the deal, we didn't talk at all about restructuring the deal, or if they had any intent on picking up their side of it's a mutual option where they could decline, we could decline. Both sides really would have had to agree to make it happen. And I think looking at the shortstop market, I can't speak for Scott or Stephen, but I'd imagine he's going to be in a probably pretty strong position this winter, just with the lack of depth at the position.
You said Jameson probably wasn't ready. Do you have a roster move to bring somebody in for Drew?
Well, we're going to talk here tonight, depending with the doubleheader coming up. We do get Willie back on Friday, but we may be leaning a little bit more towards an arm, just with the doubleheader coming up and Joe going so short tonight. So, yeah, Jameson's he's going to go to report to our South Bend club, and he's behind Owings now, and the 2 guys that we think are probably our 2 best shortstop prospects now.
I know it's a hypothetical matter, but would you have offered Stephen? Would you have picked up his option?
I can't answer that, Jack. I mean, he's no longer Diamondback property now, so I'd be tampering.
Scott said he probably would test free agency last time.
Yeah, usually if there's a desire to stay in a place and they're leaning towards exercising that, usually they would make that known, and we didn't have any sort of dialogue. And my gut was that more than likely he was probably going to at least go out there and see what type of interest was out there from other clubs.
You feel like Owens is ready to come up?
No, I think he's playing very well in Double-A right now. But we like Elmore, we've got Willie, we've got Johnny Mack. I mean, I think in the way of middle infielders, at least for the rest of the year, we're comfortable with what we have.
The fact that Stephen came up in the majors with Bell, did he push hard for the fact he was going to Oakland, that he's reuniting time with Melvin again?
I'm sure that Bo Mel was probably in Billy Bean's ear. He had history with the player and knows the player well, and I think there's probably a comfort level with Steven as well. I mean, for a place to go that you're playing for a manager that you've played for in the past. So, you know, I wasn't privy to any of the behind-the-scenes conversations in Oakland, but I would imagine, I know Billy liked him, but I'm sure Bo Mel certainly was a guy that was pushing hard to make this happen.
Financially, how much does this save you not paying the rest of the salary this year and then next year if you decline the option?
I think we save a little less than $2 million this year, and I think $1.3 million in the buyout. So it's probably a little over $3 million between, you know, we account only for this year. This year, the buyout would be part of next year.
Did he appear to be 100%? I mean, did he appear to be the same player, or do you think he's still growing back into getting healthy and getting?
I think he's recovered probably even better than I thought. I mean, I don't think we ever had any issues where he said he was sore and he couldn't play a particular day. You know, defensively, I thought he was fine. You know, not swinging the bat like he's capable of doing, but we have a lot of middle infielders, and I know Gibby's been trying to get, you know, Johnny Mack more ABs, now Elmore more ABs, when Willie comes back to get him more ABs, and it's tough to kind of spread the reps and the ABs amongst, you know, 3 middle infielders.